Welcome to day 12. So, phases 1, 2 and 3 of the electrics for the lab have been completed, and that's what I'll be showing you today. And it all starts upstairs at the wireless router. A 30-metre Cat5e cable plugs directly into one of the ports on our router. It then takes a journey through the house, passing through rooms, walls, floors and ceilings until it arrives in the garage, near the house's consumer unit. Inside it is a Type B 40 amp breaker for the lab, and connected to it is a 10mm twin and earth cable that carries power to the lab. The cable sits inside plastic trunking that meets up with the network cable at the end of the garage. Both then continue on and run through the house until they reach the garden. At this point, the power cable feeds directly into a 2-pole isolator switch mounted outside. The network cable then comes down the side of the wall and joins up with the armoured cable through a temporary connection. A proper solder joint will be made later. Then the armoured cable runs outside. The power cable connects to a steel wire armoured cable and meets up with the armoured network cable. They both run off parallel to each other along the garden. The armoured cable then runs behind all of the bushes here before entering the trench we dug about a week ago, which we're nicknaming the Halfcorp Canal because it is, as you can see, full with water, and because the clay soil is so thick it doesn't want to drain. That then enters this tube and comes into the building. As you can see, the exterior of the building now looks a bit different. We have a security light up there, and then 2 decorative lanterns at the side for when we're out here at night and we just want a bit of illumination. So let's go inside now. We have 4 strip lights and then 1 centre dome light, all LED, and a 4-gang switch. The first one for the dome light, second one for the strip lights, third one is for the outside exterior lighting, and the 4th one is for the security light, which we will usually keep on, but if we're out there and we don't want it on because it is quite bright, we can just turn that off. So let's turn on the dome light. And as you can see, the walls are all finished painting, the roof is all finished painting, it's just the floor. The skirting boards are painted gloss white, and are back on. And you can also see that our lovely chrome plug sockets are on. So there are no more holes in the wall or any cables sticking out anywhere. And I've also taken off the protective seal on most of the windows that was there to protect it from the paint. So it is really starting to look like a proper room now. Just need to finish off the floor, which we'll sort out in a few weeks' time. Now if we turn on the 4 strip lights, they are very, very bright. Even when it's pitch black outside, these provide complete full illumination of the whole room, and they're angled so they're parallel to the work surface so that they're evenly lit. So it provides lots of even lighting for the whole room. Now for the power, the cables enter through the pipe down there, and our main 3-core 10mm cable that carries up to 40 amps enters this, which is just the power cabinet. We have an isolator switch to cut off all the power. This section currently doesn't do anything, but that will be for backup power. But that'll be a future project, and there'll be videos on that later. So if we look inside, this is all the wiring for all the existing circuits. So power enters through here, goes into the isolator switch, just a simple live neutral earth. Then goes up through a 32 amp fuse, and then enters a 32 amp breaker to protect the whole building, so if there's ever any major fault, that will go. That then splits off in parallel to all our different circuits, we have our 20 amp ring main for the sockets, 16 amp radial circuit for separate sockets for experimental purposes, but we'll go into more detail than that in another video. A 16 amp socket which hasn't been fitted yet, but will just sit on the side of the cabinet, which I'll get around to doing later. 6 amp lighting circuit, and finally 6 amp circuit for things that will go in here, such as the backup power and an Arduino that will monitor power and stuff like that. But once again, future project, we'll get into that later in a different video. That's what all this space is for, and this little step down transformer here. So then we have our neutral bar and our ground bar, and our circuits come from the back of the panel over the top, run down here. As you can see, they're all labelled, so we can do any maintenance quite easily in the future. And they run down here, connect to the bus bar, and just complete the circuit there. And the ground bar is down there, as well as some spare fuses. And once again, all the circuitry on this side will be connected up in due time. But at the moment, it's fully functioning, provides protection through 2 means, through the breakers and the fuses, and an overall breaker and fuse, and an isolator switch. So lots of safety aspects put into that. Our armoured Ethernet doesn't go into the cabinet, it simply runs along here, and just goes to this corner, where I've been setting up a temporary internet to make sure the cable works. The cable runs directly into a router, which you can then plug up any sort of laptop or computer into, and eventually when we get a server in here, we'll connect that straight up. So it provides a wired connection with up to 200 megabits per second download speed directly to the router, which is excellent. Definitely fast enough for anything we want to do in here. Also, because this is obviously a wireless router, we have wireless Wi-Fi in here, so you can connect your phone or your iPad or whatever. And the Wi-Fi reaches pretty much halfway down the garden, so even if you're sitting outside on the decking, when there will be a decking there, or slabs or something, you can even have Wi-Fi over there, still at quite fast speeds. So that's the whole power system done, all the lights are fitted, all the plug sockets work, even the radial circuit over here, and the whole networking side of things is done as well. All I need to do is obviously replace the little bit of terminal strip with a permanent connection through a bit of Vero board or something like that, and then that will all be hidden behind the work surface when that's installed. But in terms of the electrical infrastructure, it's all finished. In terms of the networking infrastructure, it's all finished. Just a few little bits and pieces to sort out. I have to screw on the 16 amp socket onto the side of there, but those are just 10-minute jobs. And then finally the electrician needs to come down to give the certificate that says it passes, health and safety and everything. And then that's all done and dusted. The only other part of infrastructure that then needs to be done is water. As you can see, we haven't filled in the trench yet, because there will be a water pipe running down there, and we should hopefully have an exterior tap right behind this window, and then right in front of this window there'll be a sink. Only a small one, and obviously it won't have hot water, it's just basic, just normal cold water, and then that will run out this wall into the drain, because the drain is behind this wall, so there'll be a small pipe fitted through there, and then that will obviously connect somewhere to the sink in the room down there in the house, but none of that's even been started yet, so that's the next step. So once that's done, and the work surface is put in, because the builders will be coming back to do that, we just need to do the floor, which will probably be painted, just simple paint. Once those 3 things are done, the water, the work surface and painted the floor, the building, the lab, will be operational, because then I can start moving everything in, all my equipment, all my projects, and then actually start doing things, because there won't need to be any more builders, any more electricians, any more plumbers or anyone. No one else will need to come in here and do anything. It'll be ready for prime time. So just before I end the video, I want to show you what the lights look like at night. As you can see, they're not like spotlights or anything. They don't provide, tons of light, but the idea is that they just provide, a bit of ambient lighting. So when we're sitting out here at night, because the plan is to have some sort of seating around here and have like a chimney or a fire pit or something. So it just provides a bit of mood lighting, a bit of ambient lighting, as well as the fire, the flames, whatever we have. Now if we walk closer to the building, the security light kicks in, and you can see that is much brighter than those two lights, and is pure white. Those ones are slightly orange, and it, you know, provides a lot of illumination. It's, you know, the middle of the night now, you know, completely illuminates the whole place. So when you're walking down here and it's dark, you know, you're not going to trip up over anything. That will guide the way. And finally, I'll just show you what the inside lights look like. So that's the dome light, and as you can see, even that just on its own provides an absolute ton of illumination. I've just turned the security light off so you can see just the dome light. Even that on its own is enough to cover the room. However, if you think that's bright, when you whack on the main lights, the room gets even brighter. So even in the middle of the night, you can completely see whatever is going on inside, from, you know, burning the midnight oil and doing some sort of project late at night. It's not an issue.